I don't feel like making a video today. I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to do this. And I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just procrastinating. I'm procrastinating. But I don't care. Why do we procrastinate? First of all, it's okay. There's no need to feel, let that one decision ruin your day. Allow yourself to slide into depression. You see, sometimes even the most productive people in the world procrastinate. But why do we procrastinate? Why do we put off the things that, we feel like we should be doing right then? Well, sometimes for us business owners, entrepreneurs, mothers, fathers, it's okay to just take a break. You would think that's the last thing I would say. But maybe sometimes it's just okay to sit your ass down and smell the flowers. Because see, sometimes the reason why we are procrastinating is because we're pushing ourselves way too hard. And it's okay to take a break sometimes. Because really, when most people are talking about procrastination, they're not talking about just a moment in time where you're having a hard time getting out of bed. We all have those days. But procrastination is a serial event of times where you decide to put off things you know you need to do multiple days in a row. That's called procrastination. Or what some very kind-hearted people call laziness. But that's not you, because most of the time, you're productive. Procrastination is for a select few people who really don't get the job done. They talk a lot about what they're going to do, but then never do it. They're procrastinators. You're not a procrastinator. You might just need to take a break and just chill out for a second. But for the actual procrastinators out here, you're here for a reason, so let's talk about it. First of all, procrastinating does not make you a bad person. It does not mean that you're lazy. Well, some of the times it might be. Most serial procrastinators, they're really trying to do things. They might be engaging in other things that they don't feel as important, but they're putting their time and effort into that. So then when they want to put their time and effort into the thing that they really, really love the most, you don't want to get up and do it for the day because you're just so damn tired from wasting your time doing things you shouldn't be doing. First off, let's just make this fact known that does not mean that you have some type of weird addiction. And if you do, you might want to get that checked out. Go talk to somebody. Generally, most of the time, it's just due to the fact that we are spending time and energy doing something that doesn't serve us, whether that be relationships, maybe even the job you currently work at, or things that are just not aligned with the purpose that you're trying to put into the world, whatever your talent could be. Trust me, I am guilty of that. Guilty. Me, I'm totally guilty of that. I have done that so many times in my life that it is hilarious. Even this morning, I honestly did not feel like making this video today. But after a shower, a few cups of coffee, another cup of coffee, a brisk walk through the park, and possibly one more cup of coffee. Don't judge me. Just I am here to make your content for you. But trust me, this morning, I did not want to do it. But it's okay. Because sometimes it may take us a little bit longer. Maybe you end up a little bit behind schedule. But get it done. It's okay sometimes if you're not perfect and you don't do it exactly the way you envisioned it the day before. Because that's where I understood the difference between inspiration and determination. And determination is just another word for consistency. Determined to continue to do the things that you know are gradually leading you to a goal you have in mind. So the most important thing for a procrastinator to have is a goal. Where are you going with the thing that you're doing? Because inspiration is like throwing gasoline on a match. When there's nothing around it to ground it, it just makes a giant fireball and then it goes out. And that's the end of inspiration. Determination and consistency. It's like taking fire, putting it on the ground, putting things around it that are going to amplify the fire, then pouring gasoline on it and watching it spread. Because at that point, you're not relying on just a fuel source to keep you going, like inspiration. You're grounded. So now the ground, that thing that you're holding on to, that goal that you now have, that grounded image of what you want to see because of the things that you're doing, that's what starts the fire. It's not the gasoline. If you're starting a fire, gasoline is great to have. But back in the day, before they had gasoline, they had to rub, stones and sticks together. They had to gather leaves together. They had to ground that fire in something, maybe put rocks around it to get the fire to grow. They had to do things to make it consistently possible for that fire to gain strength and to keep on burning for the long term. But then you'll probably say, I already have a goal and I haven't hit it. Nothing's going my way and everything's not working. What do I do? Just keep going, just keep going. Really? Just keep going. That's your advice? Yep, just keep going. The reason why, because if you stop, you're gonna ruin your momentum. You're gonna literally throw dirt on the fire. Now, it's okay sometimes to take a break. Maybe sometimes you gotta cancel your plans for the day just because you're not in the place to actually accomplish the goals that you have in front of you. Because we all need to rest and maintenance ourselves. But after that moment, after that day, whatever it takes, you gotta get back to it. Don't put it off for the long term. Because then you'll have this aching, gnawing, relentless feeling in the back of your mind that I should be doing something today. You'll just try to put it off and say, it's all right, I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes 2 years later, and the road that you were going down before and had momentum is now closed, and you can't get back down there again. You got to start over. And that's when procrastination becomes a problem. But it's okay. Don't down yourself for missing out on the road that might have closed before. Sometimes it needed to close. But if you feel like you procrastinated that opportunity away, don't beat yourself up. Just get back to it. Because you don't have to be perfect. We all have this vision of the person that we possibly look at as inspiration to help us to guide our own mission and ideas when we're doing something new. But we see them and we're like, their stuff is so good. My stuff is so not good. And that's okay. Because we all got to start somewhere. For example, this building behind me. Before it was created, it was some kind of plot of land or something else at one other time. And it wasn't anything actually there. But somebody had an idea. And then they took the time to make it. Now, when they laid the first brick, was it a building? Well, not exactly. What about when they laid the second brick? Was it a building? Well, not exactly. What about when they built the first room? Was it a building yet? Well, kind of, sort of, but not really. Do you see where we're going with this? Basically, what I'm saying, the building isn't done until it's done. So while you're building it, the building is not going to be perfect. It's not going to look perfect. It's not going to feel perfect. Just because you laid 3 bricks and you don't see a building yet doesn't mean you should stop. It just means you got to keep on laying bricks. I guarantee you there might have been some delays in putting this building together. There might have been some permit issues. There might have been some procrastination. But it's done. And who would know the difference? You think the creator of the building is like, damn, that Thursday and Friday when I procrastinated and didn't get as much done as I wanted to, I should just throw all this in the trash can and just give up on it. No, they kept going, they kept building, and it's done. And I don't think the people who live in the building are really putting a big fuss up about it. The only person who's really putting a big fuss up about that is you. So, stop fussing at yourself about it. It's okay. Forgive yourself for the procrastination. But take your time to rest. Maybe you need a little break to get yourself together. Maybe if you're a leader of people, it's time to delegate and let yourself rest because you don't have to do it all by yourself. But before it becomes a habit, just get back to it. And one day you'll be done. And then you'll be on to the next project. And it'll be fine. Because once you complete one project, you usually just start another project. So you don't have to worry about being perfect on the first project or the second project or the third project or the 5th project or the 20th project or the 21st project or the 22nd project or the 100th project or the 101st project or the 1000th project or the 1001 project. You see where I'm going with this. Ooh, I just saw 111. So keep going on your project. You're running in the right direction. Your imagination is handling most of the work for you anyways. And the nicer you are to yourself, the nicer your imagination is to you too. So keep going. Treat yourself with love. Treat yourself with respect. It's okay if we procrastinate from time to time, but just don't make it a habit and get back to it, because that's the thing you love doing anyways. And if you don't love what you're doing, you probably should reconsider doing something else. Just being honest. But that's a conversation for you to have with yourself. My name is Mike Notes. I'm a musician, an entrepreneur, a tarot reader, and I love taking naps. But in between that, I also love doing what I do. So that's why I get up and do it. Consistently. I should probably retake that one. Consistently. Okay, that was a little better.